Hi, it's Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media, and here we are in the studio at Breakbulk Europe, and I have Kasper from Claviate software company. Exciting, some new news, if you will, but first, you sponsored the AI workshop this morning. How did that go?
That was a great experience. It's actually the first time that we've sponsored an event like this. But when we were approached and talked about the topic, it was obvious that we had to participate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah, so we got to, of course, well, I guess our take on it, there was a lot of academic talk, but we were representing a hands-on system already implemented using AI in the industry. So that we got quite a good feedback, and that was refreshing. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. So tell us about the product.
So we are a software company, a young one, 7 years old, and we have developed a video-centered platform where we deploy cameras on vessels with high-value assets, so that you can get a full video documented, let's say, documentation of your asset as it travels the world from leaving factory to being installed at site, whether it be on land or at sea.
Okay, and what was the driving need for that?
The cost of delays. So we come out of the wind sector. We've been working in wind construction for 7 years now, and the cost of delays when projects are delayed are enormous, easily in the wind industry reaching €1 million per day. But also in the general shipping, vessel chartering is also very expensive as well as demurrage. So when you have delays, a simple 24-hour delay can easily cost you, if not 20, then even more, 50 or so, $1,000 per day. So when you have delays, it's important to figure out whether you are liable for that delay or who else is, so that you can, let's say, spread the liability correctly and in accordance with the contract.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us about the AI component in this.
Yeah. So again, the center of what we do is video footage, and there are a lot of people in that imagery, and they have the right to privacy. At least that is our fundamental belief, that this should not be about the people caught in the imagery. It's about the dance of the machines, how all the big components move around. That is what we should focus on, not the individuals. So the first thing we do is we have an AI model that identifies people and removes them permanently. It's that simple.
Okay.
So it's about deleting people, putting gray blobs instead of people, so that you focus on...
Oh, I see, but you can still see what has transpired.
Yes.
Got it.
So it's to remove humans from the equation and then just focus on when did the crane operation start, when did it end, did any damage occur during the unloading of your component. All that is what we focus on.
And that's a differentiator for you.
Yes, so in Europe, it's a legal requirement. You're not allowed, that is the data, if you don't anonymize, it's considered private data. And you're not allowed to store it, and you are to give any possible, use any possible means to provide privacy. So our system provides privacy by design, and we spend quite a lot of energy on really refining and making that network live up to the legislation. So you can find many off the shelf that will do the same, but not with the accuracy required.
Okay. And how do you account for that increased accuracy?
A lot of data has went into it, a lot of time and data, and data scientists manipulating, or let's say, adjusting, fine-tuning the algorithms to identify people in very adverse or severe situations and still provide privacy.
Yeah.
But that's actually only an enabler, because the true value we generate is the second step, where we also have applied an AI, and that is event detection. So when did the vessel actually approach harbor? When was it all fast at quay? When did the crane arrive, and when did the hatches open, and when was the cargo unloaded? When did it start? When did it stop? Was there any pauses during that because of adverse weather or other severe events that would stop operations? So accurately accounting for the entire timeline provides transparency that allow both the owners of the cargo or the freight company to fully understand what happened and who is liable for anything out of the ordinary that would occur. So it's a transparency tool. And the purpose of that is to have less disputes, have less legal escalations. So bring fact to the table instead of a he said, she said conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So what's ahead for you guys?
So the purpose of being here this year is to establish a better network within the industry, meet potential customers, potential partners. It was great at the workshop. There was a company called TechPlay that I'll be looking forward following up on for a potential partnership.
Great.
Of let's say, working together on creating even more transparency. So that has been quite an eye-opener, and there's a good energy and a good optimism here in the industry. People are open to listen, even though shipping is known to be also a conservativist industry. I can definitely feel that there is curiosity to learn about software and AI and how we can assist the industry in making it more profitable.
Yeah, absolutely. And what you offer has to just make intuitive sense to the people you're talking to. They understand that they need that kind of thing, and the benefits, not to oversimplify it, but seem very obvious.
And it indeed is, because just yesterday we had a call with a client that had a ton of sensors on his vessel, measuring acceleration, estimating dwell length. A lot of weather phenomena was registered in sensors, but it was not intuitive. And his customers could not understand and therefore wouldn't trust whatever all the sensors were picking up. So he needs that final last layer, the video, that brings everything together and makes it intuitive and accessible to everyone without having an engineering degree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for explaining this.
Thank you for your time.
And I hope that the last few hours of your time at Breakbulk Europe are just as productive.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.